Each tick is a big moment in someone's life. To the Wright brothers, their big moment came at 10:35 on the morning of December 17, 1903, when their plane flew 120 feet in 12 seconds, near a little town in North Carolina named Kitty Hawk. To Christopher Columbus, it came at exactly 2 o'clock in the morning, October 12, 1492, when a seaman on the deck of the Pinta first sighted America. But what of the big moment in the lives of people who don't always make the headlines or the history books? The people Abe Lincoln said God must surely love, he made so many of them. This is the story of the big moment in their lives, the big moment that you helped to bring about. It's a story of those who stood for freedom, whose hopes were bound up with the hopes of all free men. Because they stood for freedom, you did not let them stand alone. This is Joseph. He lives, if we may use the word loosely, in Casablanca, in what is called locally the Mela ghetto. His big moment is coming, but he doesn't know it. All he knows is that he has no shoes and that he is cold and hungry. Because of this, and because he has fallen into very bad company, Joseph is about to do something his heart and his mind know he should not do.
Come on, hurry. No, I won't. I can't.
I'm your friend, Joseph. Don't make me your enemy.
Can I help you?
I wonder if I could have a glass of water.
Water? Certainly, my boy. You wait here. I'll only be a minute. Are you sure you wouldn't prefer a cup of coffee, slice of bread?
Just water. I'm afraid the water isn't very cold. Now, if you'll put back what you took, you'll save me the trouble of searching you. Well, what have you got to say? Aren't you going to tell me why you did it? What's the matter? Didn't they tell you what to do if you got caught? No, sir.
Well, you're supposed to cry and say you're not a thief, just a poor, hungry little orphan. Why don't you do that?
Because it wouldn't make it right.
What's your name?
Joseph.
Joseph what?
Just Joseph. I haven't any family.
Where do you live, Joseph?
Any place. Wherever I can.
Last night, for instance.
In a doorway.
How old are you, Joseph?
14.
14. I had a boy that age. One day, it was during the Nazi occupation of North Africa. He didn't get off the sidewalk quickly enough to suit the SS lieutenant. Now he'll always be 14. Come in.
Anything wrong, Mr. Brumino?
Wrong?
I was told a boy was seen running from your shop. The door was locked.
Oh, yes. The door sticks sometimes. I must get it fixed.
Well, everything's all right.
Everything is quite all right. Thank you for looking in. When a culprit is apprehended, we don't need the policeman. No, you're coming with me.
Where?
Downtown. There's a place for boys like you. All right. Here we are.
Clothing upstairs. Well?
Oh, here. Oh, here now. Oh, boy, it's too valuable a thing to be wasted on jail. Especially one who knows that when God wrote, "Thou shalt not steal," he didn't mean any exceptions. You knew it was wrong, and it was. But, Joseph, you don't have to steal. These people will help you. There are always people to help. This is Joseph. He wants to be taught a trade.
Good. Now then, how old are you, Joseph?
14.
And where do you live?
He lives with me.
And so, at 2:42 on an afternoon in April, the big moment came to Joseph. The instant in which it suddenly became possible for him to become a useful citizen and a skilled worker. Isaac Blumenau brought that big moment into young Joseph's life. But it never could have happened except for you. Your support of the United Jewish Appeal enabled the Joint Distribution Committee to maintain a lifeline of aid to the homeless and distressed in North Africa, Europe, and in many areas. Today, there are hundreds of thousands of people, kids like Joseph and adults too, waiting for the big moment, the brighter moment, the moment of freedom that you can bring about. The big moment can be entirely as it was with Joseph, unexpected, or it can be carefully planned. This is La Vista, USA, population 4,200, including Dr. Carl Berg. The doctor's made appointments with a dozen of his patients, but oddly enough, all at the same time.
Well, it's 4 o'clock. I wonder what this is all about.
I'm sure I haven't any idea. He telephoned me this morning. He said, please drop in about 4 this afternoon. Oh, I was simply panicky, because every time he telephones me and I come in here, it makes me get on that scale over there. I can't seem to lose any weight. A glandular trouble, you know. It makes him very unhappy. What about you?
I find if I just cut down a little. Oh, you mean the doctor? No, I haven't any idea. You been?
No, he didn't tell me anything. He just phoned the bank. We're loaning him the money to build his new office, and I thought, maybe it's my gallbladder.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, doctor.
I am very glad you could all come to my little celebration.
Celebration?
And also to meet someone. But first, I have something to tell you. You all remember when I first came to La Vista?
Yes. I do. About 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Exactly 10 years ago. When I first came, I knew no one. And today, well, I am privileged. All you knew about me was that I had a certificate from the state which said I was a doctor. And from my speech and my clothes, you knew I was a foreigner. My clothes have improved. My speech, well, I'm getting a little off the track.
You certainly are, Doctor. Come on, out with it. But the suspense is killing me.
Well, I was a stranger, and you came to me for medical advice, for treatment, and You came back.
Because you're a good doctor, Carl. That's why we came back.
But you gave me the chance. That is something I will never forget. For I came from a place where a man is not given a chance. Not if he happens to have the wrong name, or the wrong blood, or the wrong religion. But this country, and this town, and all of you have been good to me. And I have wished for a long time that I could find some way to repay you.
You don't owe us a thing, Doctor.
Don't I? Yesterday I received this letter. It is from the War Department. Washington 25 D.C. Dr. Carlberg and so on. You are informed. Here is the part I want. You are directed to report to the Presidio at Monterey not later than 15 days from date for processing. In other words, my friend, I am going into the army.
Oh, no.
Oh, there must be some mistake. You're too old.
Not for a doctor.
But they can't make you go. We had a hard time getting you. You're the only doctor we have here. Besides, what about your new office? I'll get in touch with...
But I want to go, Mr. Benson. I want a chance to repay in some part at least the people in the country that have been so good to me. As to the new office, that will have to wait.
Oh, but what about us? Will I have to go all the way into Capital City to be told...
That you eat too much? Will you come in, please? It was not by chance that I first came here. I was advised to come by an organization called the United Service for New Americans. They told me a doctor was needed. When I knew I would be leaving you, at least temporarily, I called them. They sent this young man. His name is Bauman. Dr. Willie Bauman. I hope that you will give him the same chance that you have given me. Dr. Bauman, I want you to meet some of the good people of La Vista.
How do you do, Dr. Bauman?
Welcome, Dr.
Dr. Carlberg's big moment came right off on schedule at 5:47 on a Wednesday afternoon in June. But I don't think it belonged to Dr. Berg alone. I think it belonged as well to the millions of people who have supported the United Jewish Appeal, who through the United Service for New Americans have helped thousands of newcomers to this great free land get a fine new start on their first days here. It can come any time, anywhere. You could be in a crowd or all alone. For Deborah, the big moment came crossing a road that led from a frontier settlement in Israel to a city. The settlement was called Beth El. Here, within the very shadow of their country's frontier, people are plowing, planting, building. The settlers of Beth El are hard at work.
Then he said, you know what they say about the Negev. No matter how hot the days are, the nights are miserable.
Easy to see you're the boss around here, Avram.
How's that?
Well, you know what they say about the boss. No matter how bad his jokes are, everybody always laughs.
All right. For that, we'll take a 2-minute break. I was going to make it 5. Debbie. All right, what'll it be, men? Wine, beer, whiskey, iced tea?
Yeah.
Warm water for 4, miss, and I'll take a check. What's the matter? You mad at me, Debbie?
No.
What's the matter, then?
It's no use going into it all over again. I've told you, Avram, I'm not happy here. And neither you nor anyone else.
Avram. This is a democracy. Boss can carry on romances in the evening like anybody else.
All right, all right. You set up the next one. I'll be right with you. I thought maybe it was because of what I asked you.
No, Avram, it isn't. I love you. I'm proud you asked me to be your wife.
But
the answer is no.
Debbie, if you love me.
Because of what I'm like. Because of what this place is like.
Fence?
Yes, the fence. It's like living behind barbed wire all over again.
Look, it's only a fence. It won't hurt you. This is a border, a frontier. We need this fence.
It's just that... Well, I guess you never will understand.
Oh, I guess not. Come on, let's go.
Hey, we were only joking.
At first, Avram thought, she's new to the frontier. Once she gets used to it. But the conflict in Deborah was deeper than that.
Well, what do you think of it, Debbie?
The sheep pen? Well, it's all right.
Yeah, a fence can be a useful thing.
No, Avram, it's no use. I haven't the strength for this kind of a new life. I lost it when I saw my father taken through the barbed wire of a concentration camp to his death. And if I had any strength left, I lost that when I saw my mother die.
You've never told me this before.
We escaped from a DP camp to come to Israel. And they caught us and put us in a camp on the island of Cyprus. My mother died behind the barbed wire there.
Look, Debbie, you can start over again. Others have. People all over the world are helping us. If we let them down, well, it's just that much work done in vain.
I'm sorry for them.
I'm sorrier for you. And me because I love you.
Avram wasn't stupid, but he was smart. And so he thought, she'll get over it. But it seemed Avram was wrong. She didn't get over it. And then one night in the mess hall...
Where were you today?
I was busy, Avram. I want you to know that I'm going to leave. You could even go to Tel Aviv with me and practice your law.
I'm a settler, Debbie. This country doesn't need lawyers. This country needs land that can produce again. So people can live here and support themselves. Tel Aviv. Just sand dunes once. Some of our settlements were only swamps. We're building for the future. The future means children. I hope they'd be ours. Here.
My place is not here.
Mine is, Debbie.
Hey, Romeo, can I trouble you for the salt?
All right, I'll walk you to the highway in the morning. You better eat. This road passes 3 more frontier settlements, then turns inland to Tel Aviv. I'm sure somebody will give you a lift. I'd like to wait with you, but there's a lot of work to do, and...
Here comes the truck now.
Good luck.
My name's Uri. What's yours?
I'm Deborah.
Deborah. Where to, Deborah?
Tel Aviv?
You live there?
No, I'm going to.
I live there myself. I'm a mechanic. Trucks I work on are kept there. I'm training another man to take my place, and as soon as he's qualified, I'm going to become a separate.
You'd rather live on the frontier?
Yeah.
Well, it must be terrible having to get your water out of a tap instead of one of those lovely, convenient buckets.
What do you mean?
In the evening, I suppose all you have to do is go to the cinema or one of the ice cream parlors. No excitement like guard duty.
Well, I don't know. Something about the frontier that gets me. Mostly, I think it's the fence.
The fence?
Yeah, that's what I'm hauling now. Barbed wire for the fence.
What's so wonderful about a fence?
Well, this fence keeps freedom in. It doesn't want any trouble. Just do whatever you like on your side, brother, but over here, keep off the grass. That's pretty exciting on the frontier.
How would you know? You've never lived on the frontier.
I lived in Tel Aviv when it was the frontier. Just seems like time to move on.
Haven't you done enough?
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes we have to do two jobs to make up for those who can't do one.
I suppose you hate those who can't.
Hate? I pity him, I guess.
Pity?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you say that?
Well, we have twice what we'd have had in doing the other job. And all they have is fear. No good to live with fear. It's like being dead. Worse than dead.
Worse than dead. Stop the truck.
What?
I'm sorry, I get out here. Goodbye, Yuri. Thanks.
You're welcome, I'm sure.
Tuesday morning in a settlement on the Israel frontier. That was Deborah's big moment. Israel is full of big moments because it's a new land where 1.5 million citizens are working to build a new life. When you support the United Jewish Appeal, you make it possible for the United Israel Appeal to help the people of Israel build their democracy in a strategic world area, to help rush completion of new settlements, new housing for the homeless, the irrigation of wasteland acres, to help win out against neglected resources, shortages of food, the problems of integrating a doubled population. Israel's people who stand for freedom must not stand alone. You have watched a big moment occur in the lives of 3 people, each helped by one of the 3 member agencies of the nationwide United Jewish Appeal. Through these agencies, the United Israel Appeal, the Joint Distribution Committee, and the United Service for New Americans, you can help make the big moment happen in the lives of nearly 500,000 others who need your help today. Help share democracy's benefits, build lives, build a better world. Those who stand for freedom must not stand alone. Support the United Jewish Appeal through your campaign in your community.